Welcome everybody to this short introduction to emotional resilience and how we can use contrast bathing and breath training to really help with emotional resilience, or perhaps we can call that emotional regulation, or perhaps we can call it more simply keeping our act together under stress. Before kicking off, I really do want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this presentation is being delivered, the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. And also a big shout out, if you don't already know, that the Health Lodge now has the Byron Bathhouse, and it's very much this facility that we take advantage of now for health and wellbeing. And we'll talk more about how this facility, or contrast bathing in general, can really help with our nervous system regulation, stress management, emotional regulation. So, to kick off, what are we talking about when we talk about contrast therapy? So, it's a type of treatment where we're using hot and cold environments, utilising baths, showers, cold plunges, or saunas to really enhance circulation, decrease inflammation, and facilitate both physical and emotional recovery. And what we're particularly focused on here is the mental and emotional benefits of contrast therapy and breath training. So some of the things that we're really seeking to do with this type of treatment is the enhancement of mood, the reduction of stress and anxiety experiences, improving emotional regulation, improving our sleep quality, which we know really assists us in mood, health and regulation, supporting the capacity to relax within our systems and to improve recovery when we have experienced stressful events. So one of the mechanisms that makes this work with emotional regulation is really working with the vagus nerve and vagal tone, and improving vagal tone regulation. So the vagus nerve is really the key player in the parasympathetic nervous system, and the parasympathetic nervous system is the one responsible for rest and digest and helping to calm the system down. So the stronger that vagus nerve capacity, the better our ability to come down from and reduce particularly stimulated autonomic nervous states and come back to a place of rest and digest. So activation of the vagus nerve helps increase vagal tone, which promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and enhances mental clarity. And so when we're talking about vagal tone, we're referring to the level of activity and capacity the vagus nerve has. So the higher our vagal tone is, that's associated with greater emotional regulation, reduced anxiety, and enhanced mental health. The other thing that contrast bathing and breath regulation can do as well is really reducing inflammation. So chronic inflammation is linked to mental health distress, including depression and anxiety. So we're talking about inflammatory cytokines can really affect brain function, and that really impacts mood and cognitive function. So cold immersion in particular reduces inflammation. It constricts the blood vessels and reduces local inflammation by limiting the flow of inflammatory molecules. And hot immersion dilutes the blood vessels and improving circulation and promoting the removal of metabolic waste products and inflammatory markers. The other thing that contrast therapy does is really boost the happy neurotransmitters, serotonin and endorphins, which are often named the happy neurotransmitters. Dopamine as well is also significant for fostering feelings of pleasure and motivation. So we take advantage of cold exposure to boost noradrenaline levels, Noradrenaline's a transmitter linked to increased alertness and improved mood. Immersing in cold and hot water promotes the release of endorphins, which serves as a natural pain relievers and mood enhancers. And hot water stimulates the dopamine system, so it enhances feelings of pleasure and drive. So we're working with all those systems with contrast therapy. What's really important when we are doing contrast therapy is also the incorporation of breath and appropriate breath work with it. So it's a very, very important part of immersion therapies. And if you're really interested in this, it's something that you would like to work with more, come and visit the Byron Bathhouse and explore contrast bathing and breath training. Make an appointment with our expert in this area, Sally Howe, for some guidance and support for using contrast therapy and breath training for your mental and emotional well-being, or come and attend our 3-hour workshop, which we're having on Saturday the 15th of March from 1:30 to 4:30. And for more information on that, Google Eventbrite, emotional resilience through contrast therapy and breath training, and all the information will come up. So again, just Google Eventbrite, emotional resilience through contrast therapy and breath training, and all the information will be there. I hope I see you there. It's going to be a great workshop. So again, also, the Byron Bay Bathhouse is all set up for you. You can come whenever you like. There's a great magnesium pool there, set at 38 degrees for warm immersion. We've got 2 cold plunges available for the cold immersion, and we have 3 infrared saunas set at different ratings of heat available for that warm immersion as well. So that's all there and available to you in a really lovely, relaxing atmosphere. Thanks for touching base with me and the Health Lodge. There are lots of other health services available to you there, so please come and have a look, come and walk in the door and see how we can support you on your own health journey.